Hello all, welcome to rotrainings.com. In this session, we'll discuss about a sample integration, which we call it as a greet me integration. And what we want to achieve is, we'll show you the screen. So we'd like to take one input parameter, nothing but a username, and provide an output message saying that welcome message, plus followed by the username which we provided as input. We can assume it as a function which takes an input and provides an output. Okay, this is one of the very simple integration to start with. And let's see the steps involved. So here are the couple of steps required. The first step is the prerequisite for this one is we require an integrate REST connection, and then we require an integration created based on the pattern called application. Once you create the integration based on the application pattern, then you require to create a mapping for the trigger connection, the first step which we generally use it in our integration. And then we have to provide a mapping because we want to provide a welcome message for the input which we provided. And also the mandatory one, we need to make sure that the primary resource business identifier is updated with any of the value, and then a final validation of our integration. Let's see the steps. As I said to you, the first thing what we require is we need to require a connection, and we are going with a connection of type REST connection. And you can observe the connection adapter what we selected is REST, and these are connection details, and we'd like to go with the role as trigger. We'll understand what exactly this is all about, but for now, assume that we require a connection of type only trigger role, and then enter the appropriate parameters like a keyword and description. Once your connection is created, you can see that this configuration progress is 100%. Unless it is 100%, you cannot use this particular connection in your integration. So the first step is done. And the second step is we need to create an integration. You can observe here the navigation, design, integration, and you should click on a create button. Once you click on create button, it shows an option what kind of integration style which you want. So we'll go with the first one called application integration and provide the integration name and the identifier, and remaining things you can ignore. And that's it. You should be able to see a plain window. This is how, like the plain window, the green greet me, this is what it shows. And then what you have to do is you just need to click on a plus symbol, wherein it will ask you what kind of connection, which particular trigger you want to select it. You select the REST connection trigger which we created in the first step. And then the very important one is, as we want to configure our REST configuration, or nothing but a trigger configuration with input and output, you make sure that you select the first option like add and review parameters, and also configure this endpoint to receive the response. So what are we telling is we want to design the integration which takes one input parameter and also provide a response, the JSON response. And here you can observe here, and once we mention this on add review parameter, once you click on next, it will ask you what is the parameter you want to add the parameter. And similarly in the response also, it will ask you what is the response you want to provide, whether it's a JSON, XML, whatever it is, you can provide that. You can just, as we have only one particular variable or a JSON element as an output, I just simply provided the information within the inline format. Click on the inline and you can just provide like this. And then your trigger configuration is done. And once your trigger configuration is confirmed or done, so it shows a mapping, nothing but like it is taking an input and it want to provide that input to the output, right? So it provides an output here, the mapping one. So in this particular mapping, so what you can do is we want to map our input to the output, right? So trigger is done. The trigger configuration is done. Now we have to map this particular information. So once you click on the map, you need to take your input parameter and apply the appropriate function, the concatenate. You can observe here the concat function. Welcome to our world of integrations to comma username. So we are just concatenating the input variable to a static message called welcome to world of integration using a function called concat. Once this is done, our particular integration is almost done, and the final configuration is you need to set the primary business identifier. You just click on this particular right arrow icon. It shows the primary business identifier information. You can drag and drop the input parameter which we have considered for our input username, and that's it. So the primary business identifier is set. You activate the integration. Once you activate the integration, it is ready for running. Once you click on run, once you provide the input parameters, then click on run, and then you should be able to get the output similar to like this. Welcome to world of integration to Maruti, right? So let's see this now. So what I'll do is I'll just go to the integration now. So I'll just click on. So the navigation is you have to be in the design pane, click and the connection integration. You should be able to see all these things so that you are good to create the integration. The first thing is connections. So just click on connection. So I'll just simply click on create, and here you select the adapter, REST adapter, and we want to go with only trigger, and I'll say the REST connection trigger test. Okay, and then click on create. Our connection is almost done. You should be able to see the progress is 100%, then only you can use it. So make a note of your REST connection trigger test, and then go to the integration, click on create, and select application, and I'll say greet me int underscore test, and then click on create. And here it's a plain integration pane. It is how it shows, and select the trigger connection, this first one. Now mention the information, appropriate information. Then click on continue. And as I said, there are two things we need to set it. One is add and review parameter, this one, and also configure this endpoint to receive the message. Click on continue and make sure that you mention the endpoint like a slash with me. And action as of now, we can just ignore it, let it be get as of now. Add the parameter, let's say username, go with the string, click on continue. And here, yeah, so this is the output response, right? You can observe here. And the response is JSON. I'll just click on inline as we have only one input element, right? So I'll just say this is my JSON format. Okay. Continue, continue, and finish. So once this trigger is done, it will generate the trigger as well as mapping also. Now you click on the mapping, click on edit, and here we want to set the output variable based on the input, and also we want to concatenate, right? So this is a query, this is the input parameter, and here in the response wrapper, right, this is our output message. And what we want to do, we want to set the output variable, right? So let me set it. This is not showing the draw below one, right? Yeah. So click on create target node. Yeah, now it's showing this properly. Yeah. Now click on the function. Just click on this particular icon. It shows the function. We would like to go with the string function, and scroll down. Click on concatenate. And here what we want to have it, just click on this username. Clear this one. Clear this. Let me do it again. Concatenation. Yeah. Now this is good. You like now we are in editable mode, right? Just select this one, and here just drag and drop, right? And I'd like to mention the concatenation, the static message before this one. Welcome to the world of integrations. Okay. Concatenation is a function, takes two input parameters. Now this is my first static message, then the input parameter. Click on symbol, validate, and then click on back. Yes, and the final step is this particular red icon, just click here, click on the error, and click on this edit icon, the primary business identifier. Now query parameters, username, drag and drop here, the business identifier. Just click on save. Once you finish all the configuration, it is in the configured mode, right? Click on back. And here it isn't configured. Whenever the integration is in a configured status, then only you can make it active. If it is locked or other things, maybe it will not work to make it as activate, right? So click on activate. It takes a couple of seconds generally. Or you can just go with the production. Not required. So as this is one of the demo instance, right? So it has some limitations. So what I'll do is I'll just shut down a couple of other integrations. Deactivate, I mean to say. And then this will be allowed me to make it activate. Let's click on debug mode, click on activation. Yeah. Refresh. So the greet me test is ready. Just click on these three dots, click on run, and provide the user information. And then click on run. Let us see what does it provide. So you can see here the welcome to the world of integration to Larry. And you can try again. I'll just say Sita. Just click on run. Yes, perfect. So our input is running and it is taking the input and providing the appropriate output message here. So we have achieved or we have created an integration which is taking one input parameter and providing one output parameter in a JSON format. Okay. So this is all about the sample today. And in the next session, we'll see one more sample on the other topic. Thank you.